kitchen. We're going to do banana bread. However, we're going to do it different. We're going to do it special. We're going to use sourdough starter. And this sourdough starter was begun quite a while ago with rye flour and water. Wait for it to bubble. You see a little bit, you feed it, and you go over and over and over like that with regular flour until you come to something that smells enjoyably sour. And that's what was used to make bread until they came up with yeast. We're gonna cream the bananas, a couple of bananas, and the sugar, the brown sugar. We're gonna cream that until it turns to a light and fluffy mixture. Some people will say, well, around 30 seconds, but I think you should just see the difference. Okay, so I'm going to show you the difference. Okay, now I'm just going to let this go until it's fine and creamy, and then you can take another shot at it. So this will get nice and light and fluffy, and then when you add your eggs, they'll get even a little fluffier. Now for the eggs, 2 large eggs, fresh, because nobody wants to use, oh hey, I got a double, look at that. Eggs one at a time, let them completely mix in. Sourdough. Got my sourdough in. Mix it in a little bit. Before putting your dry ingredients in, the first thing you want to do is put your, it's probably not critical, but I put the flavorings and leavenings in first before I put the rest of the bulk items in, because I wanted to get really mixed. Okay, so first, baking soda and sea salt. And then cinnamon and nutmeg. Nutmeg's very powerful, don't put too much, make sure you follow the recipe. I see a lot of people put in too much nutmeg, like for instance on Bobby's Way. What's next? Flour. 2 cups. I'm going to put this way down because I don't want to wear it. Just a little bit at first, maybe a 1/4 cup like that, and let it get acclimated. It's a French thing. And you add a little more. Now it's starting to look like a batter. If you got more liquids, now's the time to kind of balance it out by adding some of your liquid. This is milk, about a 1/4 cup. And the idea is so that it all get mixed in evenly. Not super critical, just technique. A little more, I'm going to put some oil in, probably half, a 1/4 of it. Just like that, no big deal. It's going to take a while to mix in. Wait for it to finish mixing in. Now, when you can't see any more oil floating, just put the rest of your flour in there. And the rest of your oil. Now, we're not going to mix too hard. We're just going to make sure the bottom is mixed up with the top. And if you like, get one of these, that's really nice. Just bring the bottom and the sides up from the bottom to the top. couple more. Couple more rotations and you're good to go. It's that simple, don't make it hard. Ah, it smells wonderful. I wish I had smell-o-vision. I don't smell any vanilla, you put more vanilla in. Even better. Okay, so that's just about it. Now it's time to put it in the pan. It's a nice batter mix. Look at that. Kind of sits on top of itself. That's what you're looking for. Kind of ribbons a little bit. Thank you, thing. Alright, so one more thing. You notice how you don't see much unmixed stuff? So you want a pretty mixed, but you don't want to be with it so it gets tough and develops gluten. Okay? Just dump it in. Look at that. Oh, that's good. That is some good stuff right there. Oh, that's pretty. Okay. The rest of the bowl is for me to lick. No, okay, right. This is what the pros do. They put oil, but I'm going to put butter. Butter like this on both sides. A nice thick coat of butter like that. If you're doing hundreds of them, you could have a whole pan. But I just do this. And that will help your sweet spot. So here's my biggest tip of the day. Don't rely on the recipe. This bakes for about 48 minutes, but check it 3/4 of the way through. Chances are you're going to give it a little more time. 350 on your oven. Please preheat it, and we'll be back. I'm going to need some alone time.